Welcome to Invincipod, probably the best podcast about Invincible on Amazon in the world. I'm James.
Yeah. I'm Ralph.
And we are back. It's been a little while. Last time you saw us, I believe, was when we were discussing the comics. Or did we do a teaser trailer one? Or the Atom Eve episode,
The Adam
possibly?
Eve episode was
The
the last
Atom
one.
Eve episode was the last one that we
Yeah.
did. But that was a few months ago now. We are back. And we're so close to the release, but we've got a trailer to talk about today.
Yeah. Here's the thing, man. I got sent the trailer from listener Kirk Francis. I was out and about. I've been so busy. We're out and about on Saturday. Me and Stevie were spending the day together, going out shooting pictures, having lunch and stuff. And he sends me the trailer, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I don't want to sit here in the car and watch it on my phone. I'm like, I want to savor it. And I got super excited for Invincible again. Just any little thing. Like, I feel like when it's not around, I'm able to deal with it.
Yeah, it's been so
I'm
long that we've got used to it not being there.
Yeah. So when it does show up, I get so amped. But at the same time, I'm still like, I could wait another like 10 hours or so.
I'm exactly
to sit down and watch this on the TV.
It took us days to watch the Atom Eve special. I think we were like a week or so behind maybe on that one
because of Comic-Con.
And again with this one, like it came out during New York Comic-Con. I didn't even think about it. I'd seen a few other bits and bobs, like I think the Scott Pilgrim anime trailer dropped and stuff all the same day. And so in my mind, I should have thought like, oh, they'll probably be doing an Invincible thing. Like they're going to be in promo mode for that. Didn't even think about it. So when you sent me the link, I was at work, I was doing some studying, and I was just like, oh yeah, cool. Awesome. I'll get to that later when I can watch it and focus on it.
Right. So we have an offshoot show of this live action Star Wars. It's been going for over 2 years since Invincible took a break. And for some reason, I'm just like, Star Wars every week. New Star Wars happens all the time.
Yeah. Weird, isn't it?
And yeah. But when new Invincible stuff comes, and I'm like, the possibilities of doing an episode of Invincipod gets me so fired up. Yeah. When I saw the trailer, I'm like, we don't need to do an episode on the trailer, do we? But I'm like,
I just want to.
So as soon as Kirk sent it to me, I copied and pasted to you.
Yeah.
And I said to Kirk, I said, I don't have time to watch this, but maybe I'll talk to James about doing an episode. And then like 30 seconds later, responded to Kirk, yeah, we're doing an episode on Monday.
I mean, I think that was the first thing I said. I was like, cool. I mean, I'm off on Monday. Do you want to do Monday?
Yeah. I was so I spent yesterday updating the website, updating some of the artworks on stuff that weren't square artwork. The site had rectangle artwork, and I know we already had the art, so I changed it all to the square artwork, reformatted the site,
refresh for season 2.
Listen, I was sitting there thinking while I was doing this, like, I don't think I would do all this for live action Star Wars. I don't think I would do all this for Dharma.
It's also, we've got a lot more episodes over on live action Star Wars at this point.
Yeah,
it'd be a hell of a lot more work.
It didn't take me too long to do all this stuff, but at the same time, I'm just like, if I can only do one of my podcasts, if someone said, hey, Ralph, you can only do one of your many podcasts, which one would it be? And I would be Invincipod. Awesome. I love Invincipod so much. It's funny because like, I notice it, and I know this is a later start time than our normal 7:30 start time, but there's
an energy about
like, it. Invincible brings me so much joy.
Yeah,
and I'm like, man,
isn't it funny that
there's a way we could just ditch everything and do Invincible. Like Invincible. What would that be?
It's so funny. I think it's because it's not all the time. Like I think that that anticipation for it adds the excitement, it adds the energy to it. And it's so funny because you and I have talked about it on live action Star Wars for so long. That's what it was like with Star Wars. Like we loved Star Wars in that drought, in the 90s drought, where there wasn't anything
Yeah.
like, I mean, there was books, there was comics, there was video games, but there wasn't new Star Wars mainline property stuff. And so when it was coming back, there was the excitement. When Force Awakens was coming back, there's that excitement. Now we're complacent with Star Wars. Like we know that there's always the new thing around the corner. So it's like, great, cool, new Star Wars, awesome.
And you know what else is? Star Wars is a little exhausting as far as the fandom goes. And I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that here. One of the reasons why we want to do a positive take on Star Wars for our show is because there's some people out there that are real negative about Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't want to be that. I want to have fun. I'm doing this for fun.
Yeah.
And so
even when like we don't particularly like something all that much, like you weren't hot on Mandalorian at all. Like I don't think about Mandalorian when it's not on. I'm not that bothered by it. But it's like when we're watching it, when we're in the moment, we'll find stuff that we're going to enjoy. Like you didn't particularly like the Ahsoka finale, like, but when you're watching it, you're having fun. But it's how you approach it. You can approach something like and go, yeah, it was all right, it's fine, and not love it. But you don't have to shit on it all the time. Whereas
here's exactly what's going on. So I've always said I grew up with the original trilogy and the 2 Ewok movies only.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I thought I was ever going to get. And so now any extra Star Wars, don't shit on it because we were never supposed to.
It's all icing. It's all just gravy. Like it's
all, exactly.
Yeah.
No way should there be an Invincible show. No way should Omni-Man be in a Mortal Kombat game. All of this stuff is totally gravy.
Yeah.
But it's so good. And so it's like, it's almost like they didn't have their Wolverine Origins Deadpool, you know. Invincible didn't go through any sort of, oh man, they really jumped into this and fucked it up.
And the closest thing that they had, I guess, would have been like later seasons of The Walking Dead, where it's just like, all right, no, like who gives a shit? And that, like, but that's only if you know that it's a Robert Kirkman property, like you know that it's an adaptation of that. But like for whatever you think about The Walking Dead, love it or hate it or anything, I don't think we'd have Invincible without it. I don't think that people would be talking about Kirkman in the way that they do without it. So great, cool. I'm glad that it existed for that reason, because now we get this.
So this is what this is. We're in the 20th anniversary of Invincible.
Wild.
And the Invincible show, we essentially waited as long as Phantom Menace.
Holy shit.
But the Invincible show did what Phantom Menace didn't do, which is, I mean, it was a straight adaptation. It wasn't like trying to,
but it wasn't a straight adaptation. It was a reimagining of it. But it had a lot of source material. It wasn't doing a brand new story. Yeah.
So it's like, imagine if Phantom Menace didn't shit the bed for everybody.
Yeah, right. Imagine if it didn't take 20 years for people to come around on it.
Right.
You like it in the moment. Like, yeah. But we're all the 8-year-old kids that it was targeted at, but for this. So
yeah. Did you see the Omni-Man stuff for Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I watched that because that was another trailer that came out during Comic-Con. Like they did a whole Omni-Man stuff. Looks insane.
So now I want a PS5 because I don't know if they have it on PS4. If they do, I might get it.
Yeah,
but I'm not getting it on Switch.
Oh no!
So now I want a PS5.
It'll run like trash.
On a PS5, I want Mortal Kombat 1, and Omni-Man will be my main, and I will learn no other characters and refuse to learn any other characters because what the fuck? How does that? I mean, I understand how it happens, and the fact that Homelander's in there too clearly is they were chatting with.
It's all one
Amazon.
Of others. Yeah.
But it was one of those things where I'm just like, it's nuts. And then to see that his finishing move, or one of his moves, is to push the opponent's face through a subway.
Yeah.
Straight out of the show. It's like not even the comic book version, but now that's so iconic. Like that's like, because I don't think Omni-Man does that in the comic.
No, Not that I'm aware of, not that I can remember.
Yeah.
Like similar sort of stuff, but nothing exactly
Yeah.
like that. So I've not played a Mortal Kombat game since I think 2. And like the original 2. I'm sure there's been like many
3.
versions of it.
I think I played 3.
Okay.
But I played Injustice.
Okay.
Because
But
you could play as Green Lantern. Again, he was my main, and that's all I played with.
But it looks like there's like a tag team, or like you've got an ally that can jump in and do something else with you. And I think in this it was either like Sub-Zero or Scorpion or something, like just in some of the fighting clips. But imagine if you can have like Mark as your ally in this, and there's like some of those combo moves that you could be able to do. Like I don't know how the game works at all, but obviously it's a video game. It's not gonna like be like canon or like it fit to the lore, because if it did, like character like Omni-Man doesn't have a fight. He just walks in, wins, game over, you've won the game. As soon as
I'm watching him like
character selection, you win. Like there you go.
Yeah. I'm watching him knock around like King's son or something. I don't know who he's knocking around, but I'm like, no, this person would be dead.
It wouldn't be a fight. Yeah, right.
No. But I mean, yeah, I feel like let's get Mark in there, but let's get Eve.
Yeah. I think if you're going to do 4, you do Omni-Man, Eve, Mark, and Alan. Yeah. I think they're your 4, your sort of core 4.
I mean, that happens, I'm somehow getting a PS5.
If that happens, I'm somehow just going to get it on the Xbox. Like, I'm not bothered about playing the game, but I would love it if someone else had it, because I'd love to play it, like to play as that. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah,
it's nuts. In 2023, there's an Omni-Man character, and it like makes no sense to me.
No,
it makes no sense, because what's funny is like Invincible is such a niche. We have 0 watchers right now. like who, like this show is for us.
Yeah.
To talk about, and I love it. I'm so
but
excited.
It's one of those shows that we started this as an audio only podcast, and so I feel like a lot of people are probably still audio only listeners.
So if you're listening to this episode, it's going to be a visual episode because we have the trailer ready to go. We're going to be watching through it. Head over to youtube.com/Invincipod and give us a follow.
Even if you plan to still just listen to the audio as your main version of it, just hit subscribe. It will really help us out. We're not going to pest you about that. Don't worry. We're not going to be those guys, but still, just do it one time.
Yeah. Come hang out. Leave comments.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's great.
We need to find Invincible fans. I'm ready.
They're out there. Like you hear people talk about the show. Like, and I feel like once it's back, everyone will be like, "Oh yeah, I remember Invincible. I loved that show like 2.5 years ago."
It's nuts. But can I tell you something? Like grabbing the artwork for our thumbnail, like it's like one frame. I was scrubbing through the video. I found one frame. I'm like, that's a great picture of Mark. And for that one frame, like the shadowing, the shading, the effects, the background, I'm like, oh my God. And then redoing the website yesterday and getting all the artwork up and putting up the new one, and then seeing the Adam Eve stuff and scrolling back to last season. Like there's a jump in quality here.
Oh, we talked about it during the Adam Eve.
Huge jump in quality.
It is so noticeable. Like obviously the art style has stayed the same, but it's so noticeable how improved everything is, how much more polish it all has. Like everything about it has been stepped up a notch. It's again, it's like it's the comic book equivalent of getting like a new inker and colorist on it. It's like that, just like it just really is like it was really good before, but now it just pops.
Is this FCO?
I mean, that's it. Like that's the key for me. Like when FCO joined Invincible, I noticed it so much more.
Yeah. So okay, here's the thing. The last time we did one of these, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the trailer. We'll watch it and starts and stops and look over some stuff. The last time we did this, YouTube pulled this. We got pulled.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, tweeted out to Skybound and Invincible HQ, and they're like, "We got your back," and they put it back up.
Great.
So thank you to Skybound. Thank you to Invincible HQ.
Yeah, we
Robert
really do
appreciate everybody.
It. We're doing this because we love your show and we want to talk about the show and promote the show. we're not making any money off of this.
I mean, I can't imagine a world in which, and this is going to come back to haunt me, a world in which Invincible pisses me off. It brings me so much joy. Yeah, watch. This is going to be cut into like a later episode. But no, there's nothing. I mean, listen, every single change they made in season 1 that, you know, diverged from the comic was all a change for the better.
Yeah. And it fit the story that they were telling in the show. It's like they're both equally as good. It's like this version of the story is great. This version of the story is great. I'm seeing it a lot. I mentioned Scott Pilgrim earlier on. The Scott Pilgrim comic books, I adore. They're my favorite things. I've got a sleeve of Scott Pilgrim tattoos. I love the black and white comics. I also think the color version of the comics are great. I think the movie's very good. I know that for a lot of people, the movie is the thing. Like that's everyone's favorite thing. Yeah.
Stevie loves it.
I know that a lot of people love the video game. I think the video game's good fun. A lot of people are super excited about this anime. It looks great. Each one of those is a different version of it. And everyone has their version that is their favorite. And I don't think that you can go out of your way and say this one's better than that one. It's your preference. And the same so far is true with Invincible. Like the comics, obviously that was it's always everyone's first version is always going to be the best one. So for you and I, it's the comics. That's it. For some people who are joining with the show, I mean, that's it. Like we haven't seen the show through to the end yet. It might very well take that place. It's so good. And it made me, we were talking about Mortal Kombat earlier, and it's like I was thinking, I was like, could you do an entire Invincible video game? I was like, would it just be a bit like simmy, because it's like, well, no, there's no real threat, because if you're playing as a Viltrumite, you're not gonna lose. But it's like it's a video game.
But like you're Marvel Alliance, like a Marvel Alliance game where you just have hordes and hordes of.
But think about a video game, like you get beat down, you respawn, you restart. They could do that in an Invincible game. If you're playing as Mark, you could get battered to living shit, and you get so knocked out that you don't die. But like, if your death screen is, then you wake up in the basement of the Pentagon, like battered and bruised, and then you restart from there. Like that's your respawn point, and then you go back and you fight that boss again or whatever. Like you have to take on Conquest, and then it's like, oh right, okay, you're back again. It's like that fits. So I do think that there would be a way of doing, like, think about like the Insomniac Spider-Man games, like, but for Invincible, like that quality, that level of quality. What was Invincible? Holy shit, that could be cool.
What was that game? There was a game like that called Infamous. I think it was on the PlayStation, where it was like that. It was like it was an open world superhero, and you were able to like kind of fly and glide and do all that stuff.
But it works with like just being super OP and everything. Like that fits a video game as well. Like as you're leveling up, you're growing as Mark. Like so you start where you can fly, you can punch things kind of hard, and then you get better and better and better. And it's like by the end of the game, you are invincible.
God damn.
I want it. I've really want it now.
This show, I love this show. I love that Amazon is like all in on this show. When I go to the movies, they have the thing that Amazon presents, turn off your cell phone, and there's always Invincible clips in there. And they're treating it just like any of their other shows. It's not only catering to like kid audiences or comic, it's just part of their.
They push it as much as they push their Jack Ryan series or Wheel of Time or any of their big tentpole shows. That when they're not on, because they all of their shows, they take a couple of years to produce every time. Like they're not rolling straight into the next season. They'll take their time with them. But when they've got it coming up, when it's like the next one on the slate, they push it hard, and I'll give them all the credit in the world for that. It's nice to see it.
While it's gone, like they're still posting. I think Amazon or UK. They
seem to like someone in the Amazon UK offices like is a big fan and
regularly posting clips, posting origins of characters and stuff. And it's like the trailer, I didn't even see it on regular Amazon. I saw it on Amazon UK. but yeah, whatever's going on over there,
I do find it
you
because
need to find out.
we share access for like the social accounts and things like that, and I find it like
Mhm.
it's interesting. We both get fed things from different location specific. So like you'll see some UK based stuff, I'll see some American based stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, that's cool. I probably wouldn't have been fed that in the feed on the Twitter feed or Instagram or whatever. Like
Right.
if it wasn't a joint thing where we're the locations are so spread. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get into this.
Should we watch this
Let's
trailer?
pop it open.
Let's do it.
Pause whenever you want. I'll pause. Just let me know when you want to pause. I don't even know. Do you have control of the video as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yep.
So we're just gonna duke it out. If you have anything to say, do you want me to remove the blood spot from your face?
Nah, it's fine. Leave it on there.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. Let's I'm gonna put the volume at half.
Yeah.
And we'll go through this.
And we'll probably talk over it. So go watch it clean if you want to watch it clean. Like I've only watched it through the once.
The link is in the description below in our
I feel like I got a prison tattoo on my face.
I love it. It's an overlay. I can get rid of it if you want.
That's great.
That's fine. All right. Let's do this.
We all remember that day. For some, the pain will
say that we're
never
going to talk over
fade.
it. I probably won't. I just
When I
want to
was a
watch it.
kid, I always wanted to be my dad.
Okay. So this photo of Mark,
Young Mark, baby Mark,
and Nolan, 100%.
Corey,
They could prove me wrong.
Corey.
It's a Corey Walker.
It's
drawing.
Corey Walker. Yeah, like again, it could just be the coloring of it and everything, but like the way that you do a photo in an animated, yeah.
The lines without the shading,
And the
like
coloring
that
just looks yeah.
That looks like the first 7 issues of Invincible.
Yeah.
Or even his later issues. Like is
a flashback episode issues that Corey comes back and does. Yeah.
Corey's barely on Blue Sky. Corey, reach out to us. You could do it on Twitter. You can do it in the comments below. Let us know if we got that right.
Yeah, you also can't tag Corey in Instagram because I was trying to tag everyone from the original crew, and yeah, he's doesn't want to be bothered. I don't think. I think he's probably seen a big uptick in people trying to bug him in recent years.
Should we troll him? Should we talk about how horrible this artwork is?
Come and defend yourself. You got a lot to answer for, Corey Walker.
We just like they're on Blue Sky. Corey Walker, Robert Kirkman, and Ryan Otley. Anytime I do an Invincipod post, I try to tag them, and I'm just like, guys, just we want to talk to you.
And obviously, like there was a lot more people involved in the books. But we sort of tend to just lean on those three.
Bill Crabtree, FCO,
all the editors that have been on there, like Cena and everything over the years. Yeah.
So I mean, we'll talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Like I said, I want to do more episodes of this. We just need an excuse. All right.
What if that happens? What if I become him?
Okay, can I talk about that for a second?
Well, the wave coming in, or just the thoughts?
Just look the wave coming in, like there's a refinery fire next to the ocean, and Mark just uses his power of flight to pull the water towards the fire. Like it's such a ingenious thing. It's like it feels like the book. That feels like a Kirkman solution.
Yeah, for sure.
That I really enjoy, and the animation on it. This water animation.
What if that happens?
Is great.
What if I become him and I don't even know it? I need to do more. I can save lives. Put me back out there.
Mark isn't like other Viltrumites. He's a good guy.
There we go. There's Alan. Alan is defending Mark to what the coalition of planets.
Yeah, I believe it's a coalition. Yeah, they have Mark on every screen.
Yeah, and you look around, it does look like the sort of.
It's images of him fighting Ani Man.
Yeah, and there's it's what's his name, the leader of the coalition at the time.
Yeah.
It's not Thaddeus. Is it Thaddeus? No,
I don't remember.
I can't remember. There is a Thaddeus. I can't remember if that's Thaddeus.
I need to pick up my reread.
Well, that's it. Like we went and reread the ending, but this stuff is like kind of so early on in the books still that there's so much more that happens, and we'll get into it later on. But like, I've got a good idea of where this season's going to be going.
Yeah.
In terms of what they're going to be adapting, like the way that they do it will obviously change. We saw that in season 1, but the big arcs and stuff like that will, I think.
I'm about in my reread. I'm about where Alan is at this point.
Okay, that's
him and Mark. Yeah, but like when Alan comes back.
Yeah,
not when they're combative at first.
He's a good guy.
Dinner tonight.
Go save the world, Invincible.
Amber's still around?
Amber's still around and very supportive.
Yeah, a change from season 1. So season 1, a lot of people's complaints were that she's just a naggy girlfriend. And I get that. She probably wasn't the best represented character, I think, but also was more represented than she is in the books. Like she's in those first batch of issues. It's probably longer than we think about, but then she is pretty much gone.
You got to remember also that, at that point, high school is teenagers don't know what's going on. So if your boyfriend is constantly like
being
bouncing out of
bit of a shit
responsibilities, yeah. It's all on Mark.
It's tough. I mean, it's the classic sort of Spider-Man trope of trying to be a kid and trying to have real problems, and then yeah.
But now she knows and she understands and she's supportive.
Yep.
And I like that they're just chilling up on this building.
Well, it's very like Spider-Man, like with Zendaya as MJ. It's that sort of same feeling where she's like, "Go do your thing. I'll take the stairs back down."
Maybe she's gonna watch.
Maybe.
He's at a vantage point. She's at a vantage point where she could watch whatever's going down.
Yeah. But he seems confident at this point. Like he seems like he can just sort of do his thing without any worry. He can get changed literally on the fly. Like,
so we have a couple weeks before this comes out.
Yeah. I
think I should probably rewatch the first season.
Ooh,
I think it's time. I think it's time to rewatch.
Yeah, I might.
How many episodes is it? 8?
8, like
8
45 to an hour long episodes. Like it's a full show. Yeah, I mean, I just finished a show last night. I could do this before then.
Did you finish Rebels?
No, we're like 3 episodes away from the end of our Rebels watch through. It's exciting. We just watched World Between we just watched Wolves on a Door, so we've got World Between Worlds next.
That's the one. The when I was watching it this last time around, I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking Close Encounters.
Yeah. I mean, Wolves on the Door is
the music.
It's Close Encounters, and there's definitely some Raiders of the Lost Ark in there with the like distractions.
When they have the excavation.
Yeah.
There's a PA announcement that's taken like from Close Encounters. I love Close Encounters.
Yeah,
Close Encounters is my favorite Spielberg movie. I love it. It's so good.
Right. You're way too good for me. Who are you? I call me the Shapesmith.
So there's some clever editing in there because I think Mark saying "Who are you" is not in that scene. I don't think.
Yeah.
We see two
Explodes.
Rexes there, and at first I was like, "Ooh, okay, I know what plot is happening here," but then. Yeah, we just get some more of those guys. We've got the shrinking Ray there is also like the gender swap shrinking Ray that they did in the show. Robot still there. Duplicate.
And Bulletproof.
Bulletproof, yeah. Was Bulletproof
in season 1? I think we would have remembered.
I think we would too. But like maybe did they do the audition scene? Like where they were trying to hire new
Yeah, I'm trying to think if Bulletproof was there.
I can't remember. Might have been in a trailer, like an early in the teaser trailer or something, and we just sort of were going along and we were like, "Oh, there's this guy and this guy and this guy."
And who's he getting taken out by?
I call me the Shapesmith.
Who's that takes him out?
I can't tell, but again, I don't think it's the same scene. I think this is it's one of the generic villains. I think.
Yeah.
Unless this is all like the tryouts and the auditions of new people and this, because there is an issue
because the teen team Does the team become the new Guardians of the Globe?
Basically, yeah, most of them anyway.
It's guys, it's been like over like almost like
so
3
long.
years.
So
I'm so
uh-huh.
yeah. I'm gonna have to do a rewatch.
Yeah, I
The
think I might
Shapesmith.
Not have to. I will very,
Choose
very
to.
excitedly. Yes,
Yeah.
I am very excited to do a rewatch. That's a great. That's
Yeah, but I mean, he's such a goofy character that it's like that is exactly what kind of happens with that character.
Yeah.
A character who you think is one thing, you think's very like a basic, funny, like comic relief
Plastic
kind
Man.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, a comic relief character that then ends up being not, I wouldn't say like a major character with a long arc, but the story that they tell with Shapesmith is kind of fascinating. So it'd be interesting to see if they do that. You could do that in an episode though, I think, if you want to tell that most of his story.
There's an infinite number of dimensions.
Okay.
This one obviously teased at the end of season 1. Yeah.
And also in the
trailer.
The teaser.
The teaser, yeah, with the
he's sitting
in the booth.
One of the things I noticed also, this is going to be coming up, is when they showed all the names in the teaser of all the people who were in it in the show, I didn't see Kevin Michael Richardson, who plays the Muller twins in season 1. But it sounds like they're here.
Yeah.
Or he's here. So I don't know why he didn't get the credit, but his voice is very Kilowog from Green Lantern the Animated Series, which makes me happy. So
but this is where I think like the big conflict
this is the big
conflict of the season is what's happening in there. We've mentioned it a few times where it's like when we were sort of trying to map out how this show would go, if it was 3 seasons, if it was 5 seasons, what we think that they would do as like a season 1 is the Omni-Man thing, season 2 is this thing, season 3 is this thing, so on.
So they introduced they announced season 2 and 3, right? They're doing the next 2. So do you think Conquest is season 3 or Thrag?
Don't know. Like,
yeah,
we're clearly in this season we're getting Invincible Wars.
So season 1, we're thinking we knew that we were going to get to the point where we find out about Omni-Man. We need to talk.
Yeah.
This season is, I'm going to say, is a world without Omni-Man. This is a world where Mark becomes Invincible.
We should say now, for just in case anyone's listening and has got to this point, we're not going to go into the plot details, but we might say like titles of arcs of the comic. Like we might reference things, but we'll do our best to avoid like any plot spoilers. But like we'll say like, I mean, obviously, I think it's pretty safe to say that we will see Omni-Man again. So I can imagine
his name's in the credits.
Yeah, and I mean, you're not putting him in a video game if you're never going to see that character again. He flies off into space with a tear in his eye. Like, you're gonna see him again. I could see it being a case of we don't really see him until maybe like the last episode of the season, and then we just get here a small, like maybe not quite a post credits, but like a scene at the end with him.
I could see them doing that in the first episode.
Maybe
the way that first episode they did that with him destroying the Guardians of the Globe.
And I say all this, and I can't wait to be completely surprised where he's in it all the way through. And yeah.
There's an infinite number of dimensions, and I was born with the ability to access all of them.
Shut it down, or I take it down.
Make us.
You have no idea how much I wanted you to say that.
It's bottled in.
Okay, so I think that's definitely Kevin Michael Richardson.
It certainly sounds like him.
I'm so pumped. I'm so amped for this. Yeah,
I love the Muller twins.
The Muller twins is so good. The action was so good in season 1. Yeah, but went up a whole nother level.
That highway fight, the highway fight in Atom Eve was the best, I think, animated fight scene. Maybe it's one of the best superhero fight scenes, period, that I've seen. It's so good.
Yeah. I put that up there with like the train sequence in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. It's of that
real iconic. Yeah. I mean, he's super pumped. I'm really glad this is 2 weeks away, which we got to talk about. We'll talk about at the end of the episode how we're going to handle season 2 on Invincipod.
This scene as well, like in the trailer, it made me go, oh yeah, they used like quite a lot of licensed music in this show, and it was always like sort of alternative hip hop, where it's like it's sort of some hip hop and stuff that might not know off the top of your head, but like it's got that energy, it's got that like like there was a De La Soul track with DJ Shadow, I think, in the first season, and I was just like, this is cool, and it's like it
feels like a street level superhero thing.
Yeah, totally.
Even though this show has the potential to be cosmic, which for those of you that read the book know that it gets to that point, but I do like this sort of
there is score, but there is also like a soundtrack to it as well, like that's super cool.
It's so grounded in it grounds it in our reality.
It's Earth. It's the same place that we all live, despite the fact that it's so wild and sci-fi.
Fuck, it's so good. I don't want a live action version anymore.
No, God no. We said that season 1. I mean, I was saying that before we ever had it. I was like, I don't really
at
want
the time. That's the thing, is I wanted it so bad because I wanted more Invincible.
Yeah.
And I know Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, were trying to get that produced forever.
And they're still producers on this. Like
like that probably could have been the Phantom Menace of Invincible.
It could have been like the Last Airbender, the Shyamalan Last Airbender, where it's just like, do not acknowledge, do not consider a real thing.
This is like this is so perfect.
Yeah.
And then imagine what season 3 is going to look like.
Well, this is it. Like we're talking about that, and like I could see a world where we're getting this, and then like, because they just roll out announcements, they just drop things, and knowing the way that Kirkman works, he's teased in the past that he's like, I might tell some more stories in comics. Like I could see a time when at the end of this season, he just, without 3 months worth of solicits, he's just like, oh yeah, next week there's a new Invincible series coming out. We've sent a bunch of copies to shops, like,
or Invincible 144.
Holy shit! Like, yeah, and it's just continues on, and it's now characters that are not gonna. No, I'm not saying a word. But like, the continuation of the story. How cool would that be?
I mean, I would buy it monthly.
I think I'd be back into buying monthlies. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I've been doing it with the new Green Lantern series. The new Green Lantern series has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of stopped with the previous one.
Yeah.
But don't see that feels like an impossible thing. like to get my hopes up on that. Like that'll never happen. You don't know with Kirkman.
I mean, that's it. Like, you just never know. Like, I'm not getting my hopes up for it, but I'd be like, oh shit, this is happening. I'd be surprised in that regard, but I also be like, yeah, that tracks. I can believe that he would do something like that, and has just been sneakily doing it, just sitting at his desk giggling to himself. He's like, these fucking marks, they're gonna get this straight away, and they're not even gonna know what hit them.
It's funny because when I go on Comixology, you'll see like Invincible stuff, like
so all Amazon owned at this point.
Oh, that's so great. And I was like, oh yeah, duh, Amazon owns it. Of course it's going to be on the main page. I could see them talking to Kirkman and having him do more. I like where the story ended for the characters.
Love it. Yep.
I think an offshoot would be great. A new Guardians of the Globe.
There's so much more of the universe that you can tell. Like, it's
bring back Wolfman.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Just another like 6 issues of Wolfman.
Do a movie in this style for Wolfman.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be amazing. Well, that's it. Like, they dropped the Atom Eve special. Like, just give us another one of those. But for Wolfman, another one of those for Brit, like Tech Jacket, all those side characters.
Battle Pope.
Battle Pope would be interesting. I don't know if that would fly. I don't know if Amazon's gonna want that one too much, but we'll see.
But Wolfman's one of my favorites.
Savage Dragon.
Love Wolfman.
Like,
Savage Dragon.
yeah,
I would love to see Savage Dragon show up in this.
yeah. I mean, it's a
he-
different owner, like in terms of like licensed property, but I feel like
Yeah, but I
Kirkman
mean, Eric
and
Larson pretty much
Larson
flat out
still
owns.
yeah, between them, they are Image Comics. Like,
Yeah, wasn't Larson was a huge champion of Invincible, right?
he's the
And
reason
Savage Dragon shows up to the Guardians of the Globe funeral.
early. It's very much in the same universe. They've said that, like they, yeah.
I need to pick up Savage Dragon. I had like
There was always so much of it. By the time
like the first 25, I think,
yeah,
in the short
yeah.
box. Yeah. Just
It
the
was-
idea is so bizarre.
It's nuts. But that I felt like was a series that was a template for Invincible, where it's like, this is going to be an ongoing series that makes big changes.
Is
And
it still, it's still happening, right?
I don't know. I haven't been like, since I stopped working in a comic book shop, I haven't really thought about Savage Dragon. So you're talking nearly a decade at this point.
One of my favorite designs in the 90s.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Just I'm like,
I just hope that he's not a cop. I was gonna say if he's back, like, or if he's doing it, I hope that they addressed the fact that he became a police officer. It's like, oh, what's that at this point in time?
Yeah.
But it's the sort of series that they could have done that. I don't know. We're getting off topic. We're talking about Savage Dragon, a series that I don't really ever know that much about. It was just always present. It was always there.
Yeah.
Never a big seller.
Cool.
Just always existed.
Yeah.
What you get when you're the publisher.
We would order like at the comic book store I worked at, we ordered like 3 a month every month.
Yeah, same. I had like I had one pull box customer and then like 2 for the shelves. Because like no one was picking it up.
They would slowly just they would never get too many where we're just like, if we have too many fucking Savage Dragons, it would always be like it would correct itself as far as the purchases would constantly like be in the flux where it's like 2 on the shelves was the right amount.
Yeah.
And the long box of Savage Dragons never overflowed. Someone would always take one by the time we sold or put the next 2 on the shelf.
That's good. Well, yeah, weird series, amazing. But again, the sort of thing you can get away with when you're the publisher of the comic book, and it's your.
But
baby.
I want to see Savage Dragon done in Eric Larson style, animated on Amazon Prime, like punching stuff and shooting people.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Again, we want Fables. We want everybody to do what Invincible's doing, and I'm hoping that either Amazon's like so into Invincible and the numbers are great where they're like, well, what other properties should we do?
Yeah.
After Wolfman.
Yeah. Wolfman should be first.
Yeah. But that just needs to be, because that was 26 issues or something. It wasn't very many.
20. Yeah, it was around that mark.
Give us a Halloween special that you promote once a year. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Who's the artist? I'm blanking on the artist.
Let me see if it's still up there.
Yeah, go grab that.
Maybe it's not. Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. I trimmed both these bookcases used to just be full of trades, and a few years ago I was like, you know what, if I just keep the first 1 or 2 of all the series on the shelf, when I want to go back and read a series, I can read through the first 1 or 2, and then I'll like go up into the loft and I'll swap them out for the other ones. I'll treat like my loft as a stash, and then I've just got those for the ones that I'm going to quickly reread.
Yeah.
But that just means that there were some series that I was like, I would probably do that if I was reading all the Invincible trades. So they've all gone up there. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
I also like Roberson and Chris Roberson and Mike Allred's version of iZombie. Like Stevie's rewatching the series. It's such a great series, but it's nothing like the comic.
Oh no! It's the comic book in name and character design of the lead.
Okay, only. So let's do this. Let's get Amazon to make an iZombie in Mike Allred's style with the voice actors from the show. Raoul Coley is the Were-Terrier.
They would come back in an instant.
Rose McIver is Gwen.
Yep. So I just finished watching The Fall of House of Usher on Netflix with Rahul and what's his name, who was the cop in iZombie.
Mark Hamill.
No. No.
Shit. Babido. He plays Babido, and
Yeah,
yeah, Cliff. Shit, I don't remember.
he's also
Clive.
in.
Clive.
Yeah,
I don't remember. No, he's
yeah.
Clive Babido. I'm blanking on his name.
He's also in Full of House of Usher, and I was like, oh, cool! It's like a mini iZombie reunion on the show. Like, despite the fact that the characters never share screen time together, I was like, oh, this is great. I like this.
That's great.
You can tell that Mike Flanagan was a fan.
Yeah, I was just telling Michael Giacchino last night that we were watching iZombie, and I told him, I said, dude, you should watch it. Like, I've been rewatching it. Like,
Super
it's CW
solid.
hotness.
Yep.
But the story's really solid.
It's a
And I was
really
like,
great procedural. Like, it's yeah.
yeah, and there's an overarching story. We got to the penultimate episode of season 1. I'm like, this is how you do a fucking penultimate episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, why isn't Rob Thomas doing a Star Wars?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'd love it. I mean, I watched it because I was a fan of the comic, and like,
Yeah.
but then I saw that it was Rob Thomas, and I was a big fan of Veronica Mars back in the day. So
Yeah.
I was
Stevie
like,
is too.
hell yeah, like give me this. This is great.
Another
And then
thing
that's where I
completely-
was introduced to Rahul Kohli, and I was like, I mean,
You
this
fell
is
in
my
love.
guy. Yeah, this is my guy.
You like talk about diverging from the source material. Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
get any different. Like Liv Moore is not Gwen Dillon. They changed the name of the protagonist. She looks the same. She looks like a Mike Allred drawing. And then they got Mike to do the opening credit artwork.
Mhm. And like
but it's just
the
like-
transitions and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's things like, fuck it. We don't have to talk about zombie. Let's talk about Invincible. All right.
Say that.
It's bottled in, I'ma let it out. Man, I think you was. Still can't. Your powers don't make you a hero. They make you dangerous.
So
That's
that
Alan.
was
saying
Alan,
that, right?
Alan, but like angry Alan for sure.
So I haven't looked at these little clips in here.
We've got
Besides just the Mahler twins, who do we got? Hold on.
Idea how much I wanted you to say that.
It's bottled in, I'ma let it out.
right here. That's a
All right.
Viltrumite.
Okay.
We got
So-
a mustache. We got the uniform. Like,
Here's
that is
what
a
I'm
Viltrumite.
thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Is the sky behind Mark punching also pink? I don't believe it is.
No. So you
So
think
are
that
we going to
might
see
not
what
be
Nolan's up to?
Nolan or Alan maybe, or who else? That like it could be. Yeah, someone is fighting a Viltrumite there, and I think I agree with you. I don't know if it is Mark.
Yeah. Oh, couldn't get that.
So
frame.
quick, like that. There you go.
Oh, is that
that's-
Doc Seismic?
Yeah, I think so.
Like
It
the
looks like it.
pyramids?
Yeah.
Oh, so remember in season 1, there was that whole preamble to one of the episodes where it was just like a mummy
Yeah.
comes to life?
Yep.
And now with
Barely
the
touched on again.
pyramids, Are we getting that at all? Do you think? I forget that Kirkman fucking does that shit.
Do you think that this season there'll be a previously on Invincibles, like because it's been so long, and any sort of loose plot threads?
I mean, I'll skip it. I'm gonna rewatch this.
I could
I'm
see
gonna
them
rewatch
doing
this
it
show.
in show where it's like a, hey, it's been a while. Let's catch up on a few things. Like,
Oh, fuck it. Kirkman's gonna be like, no, we're making this for the fans. The fans have
It's-
seen the show.
it's
enough
streaming. It's not
times.
like you need to like catch a
Yeah.
rerun. If you want to catch it, it's
Yeah.
there. Go watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Amazon putting it a previously on, but I don't think he would do that within the show, like a flashback. Oh, I remember Doc Seismic.
If they did,
No,
I feel like it would be narrated differently, and it would be a part of the show. It wouldn't just be showing clips. I think they'd make it funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that Walton Goggins is in the show too. I love Walton
Everyone's
Goggins.
in this show, dude. Like it's
so good.
it's yeah.
That season 1 cast is amazing.
And then
And
they've
then-
like doubled it for this season.
Yeah. All right. Try to get. Oh, nice.
So
These lava
Seismic-
men, probably part of Doc Seismic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But those trees don't look like a pyramid. So is he maybe at the Louvre?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe he's in France.
Yeah.
Your powers
He
don't.
just backhanded it. The lava monster.
Yeah.
He just-
But I said like we've seen a couple of shots where Mark is like he's in his groove now. He knows
Yeah.
like how powerful he is, and that what he can take, what he can survive.
that's the thing I love about Invincible is he gets his powers and he becomes like pretty, he's invincible. But so when he does get fucked up,
Yeah.
it means something. You're
It's a
like,
big deal.
oh, I love he does like fights with Doc Seismic where it's like, dude, you're so outmatched, dude.
Yeah,
You're
like
so outmatched.
I mean, again with the Mauler twins, he's just like, I just needed to let off some steam. I am not concerned with how this is going to go for me. Like, even if you get in some punches, it's going to be absolutely fine because I'm smash cut to Invincible.
Make you a hero. They make you dangerous.
Oh, here we go.
There is the Mauler twins punching Mark.
Just jacking him up.
Yeah.
Gonna assume that the Guardians
could be more than two Mauler twins there potentially.
Yeah, we've only seen two, right?
Yeah, there's if they're in that room where there's going to be infinite like portals to other worlds and things like that, there could be a lot more Mauler twins.
Yeah.
Which one's the clown?
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
All right, what's going on there?
That was someone that we've seen before or we know. But in the background, that's interesting. I don't know who that is. But that is, again, it's not Angstrom, but or is it? Or is it a different Angstrom maybe?
Who does the strip over the nose?
Yeah, looking like Quinlan Voss. Or Adam in the Ants.
I was wondering, like Machine Head or someone. Who was the rock? The guy who was
the
made
mob
of
boss.
Yeah. Granite or what? I don't know.
There's so many villains.
Yeah.
But
so
again,
Mark
it's the same thing that they do
in a machine. So this is like either way after the Mauler twins or before.
It could be off-world because there's times in the books and stuff where Mark is sort of stranded off-world for a while. Like, yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Good old-fashioned Otley
blood. Hyper violence.
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
See, that's what I'm thinking. Like
what he did to your world. Yeah.
Yeah. But again, was it our Mark?
Right. All right, let's see what Debbie's still struggling.
Yeah, well, that's it. Is she gonna start drinking? Yeah, it looks like she's drinking at this point because there's a broken wine glass there. Like she's gonna be going through some shit, I think, this season. Like Mark,
and there's a cabinet on the floor. There's a cabinet door on the floor.
Yeah,
in the corner.
Yeah.
Wow. She's not doing good.
No, I feel bad. Like they gave Debbie a lot to do in the show. Like with her finding out and things like that, and that confrontation that she had with Nolan was excellent.
Yeah.
The last 20 years of my life have been a lie.
You want this back? Come and get it.
Wrong choice, asshole.
Our only shot of Eve in this, but also like we got an entire Eve special, and that was the bad guy from the Eve special. Like, and from the first episode of Invincible, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, it's one of the first guy he fights.
Yeah. So it's nice to see him popping up. He is one of those villains where it's like never really a struggle for any of our big heroes, but he's always there. He's just a pest more than anyone else.
Yeah. Immortal's back.
Back.
We just seen his head, right? But he's got the classic Cory Walker design. I believe Cory Walker.
Yeah.
Slammed it. And it looks straight out of the books.
Mm-hmm. Pissed at Mark as well.
Yeah, because
he sees Mark as basically another Nolan, which this trailer does a whole thing. It just really leans into that's the biggest fear for Mark. His insecurity now isn't that he can't fly or be as powerful as his dad. Like season 1 was like always, am I good enough? Season 2, he knows he's good enough, and that's what scares him because he's like,
and scares everybody.
And the people who know, it's like, what does that mean for what Mark could become?
If anybody hasn't read the books, do yourself a favor. I don't think you'll get spoiled. Jeremy Kelly, who
can't be here live, but he's been checking in between
his period.
Yeah,
he's a teacher. It's just it's not going to spoil you on stuff, especially now.
Just give you greater depth.
again, it's two different things,
Yeah.
but with like the same. Yeah.
Asshole.
I need revenge.
Someone got eviscerated there. Yeah.
Too many quick cuts.
I mean, it's great though.
It looks like Kratos from God of War, so it's
It does
probably
a bit.
Kirkman. It's one of those things where Kirkman would put a character that looked like another comic book character in essentially like Guardians of the Globe, where he's just like, oh, and
we
then
saw Battle Beast in season 1, didn't we?
yeah.
Yeah. So like
Yeah.
we don't see any of Battle Beast in this, but like I can't wait to see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like a barbarian. I'm wondering if
Yeah,
some Nolan stuff, because I feel like they got to put Nolan in the series, maybe show what he's up to. I don't know.
Just sort of that sash down at the bottom, it looks like a design that again I don't recognize who this character is, but it very much fits the design aesthetic.
Yeah. Sort of Viltrumite colors. I don't know.
Some intergalactic bounty hunter of some sort, but not riding a big space motorcycle.
Well, he's not around for long.
Yeah, he's definitely not gonna.
Yeah, what if
survive.
he's like a Lobo analog?
Yeah.
Like Kirkman would love to do that shit. He loves to put in like, oh, that's just like Batman. Oh,
yeah, it's your
Omni-Man just fucked up Wonder Woman or whatever.
Yeah. Lizard League.
Lizard League.
Lizard League.
Like Chameleon Core. Was
yeah, it's Lizard League. Who again were in the Eve special, I think. At the beginning of the Eve special.
Monster Girl versus a giant monster.
Yeah. Is this giant monster like the one he's kind of a baby? Like he's just can't control it or something?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. I can't. Again, so many villains through 144 issues. That like, they all are memorable, but there's so many that I don't remember specific details or particular names.
Yeah.
Even of like the major ones, I'm still like, is that Angstrom Levy or is that like such and such? Or yeah.
It looked like Monster Girl grabbing duplicate, but I'm not sure. What this looks like a fun house or something. This is the where I grabbed the screen grab for the
yeah.
But he's wearing his
it's definitely in space
breather.
Like yeah.
But it looks like a weird like carnival ride. I wonder if he's going through dimensions.
Or I don't know, yeah, like I don't know. I saw it and I thought like, is he fighting some big space Cthulhu alien, like some big tentacle monster or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I like the little scratch marks on his wounds. They look very Cory Walker like.
Yeah, just dashes you.
Yeah. Oh, some sort of.
That was so fast. Yeah, see, this is the thing.
A giant sea creature.
Something.
Oh, so is he underwater?
Yeah, of course, because he can hold his breath when he's in space. Like he learns to just hold his breath, and yeah.
So he's underwater, fighting some sort of kraken. Again, probably Kirkman was like, "Oh, draw me a big giant crab creature that Aquaman would ride, and then let's show Mark being able to handle that, no problem." Like it's always about being the best. Like just taking the piss out of every single, not only comic character but comic company.
Yeah,
like, I'll take out Marvel. He seems to be taking out DC a little bit more.
Well, I mean, the show and the characters are very much analogs. Like that's the point of the first arc.
Yeah.
Arrogant, just like your father.
So
that's the Immortals' fear, is that his arrogance reminds him of Nolan too much.
What was that explosion?
Don't know. It looked like a black hole, or it could be like, I don't know, a reactor.
So this is what I'm looking at. I'm looking at a tiny figure in a cape. Is that Nolan?
Where?
The little speck.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I thought it was something on my screen. Yeah. I completely agree. That's just a real wide shot of someone in front of a sun or something.
Yeah, like a black hole or something.
Yeah.
But
is it Nolan like out on his own, contemplating his own death, feeling like he feels guilty. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. He needs to put on his like finding himself pants and go and hang out in space Thailand for 3 months.
Yeah. Get rid of his boots.
Yeah, grow out the mustache into a big long beard, and
I love when Nolan comes back and he doesn't wear shoes because he doesn't need them. He's too strong. He doesn't need any arch supports.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay, I think that's Nolan.
I'd
say
put
right
some
now.
money on that. Yeah, I'd agree with you. And then we get some very clever editing.
People of Earth, the more you resist, the worse this gets.
I mean, there we saw in that robot body, we saw Robot. We saw the physical version there, the creepy, messed up.
Oh, and a different version of Eve. This is with Angstrom. So this is the Guardians of the Globe from a different dimension.
Yeah.
But that is Robot.
That is Robot. Interesting that he's out like and vulnerable like that. You'd think like he doesn't normally let himself
be a different dimension one. Especially with Angstrom there.
With Angstrom there, yeah. And he also does look like he's just maybe a hobo. I don't know. I mean, Eve goes through some transformations and stuff throughout the comic run, but don't know how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
But the clever editing comes from the fact that like we see so much in the trailer, like Mark all up in his own fears about becoming his dad, and then we see this where it feels like this is a dark Mark.
Yeah.
I feel like you and I know where that's going, like with an Invincible War story looming, but it's going to be interesting to see. Is it going to take place over a few episodes? Are they going to make an arc of it, or are they going to just do it in one?
Yeah.
And if you think you can stop us, don't forget.
Us.
Yeah, we got there.
Yeah.
Somebody.
And then the smash cut
to new season, November 3rd.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's talk about when we'll be back.
Yeah. So you're out of town.
I'm out of the country that weekend. Yeah, we're going to visit some friends in Spain at the beginning of November. And unfortunately, it's that weekend because that was the only weekend between now and Christmas pretty much that we had available. So I was like, oh man, I would love to talk about Invincible. I have tried to do a podcast from vacation before earlier in the year.
You don't have to worry.
Doesn't really work too well. And that was okay because we had a guest on. So I could sort of sit in the background and let you guys talk mostly. But I don't want to have to rely on spotty Wi-Fi. After watching however many episodes.
You get back, you're only gone for the weekend, you said?
Yeah, we're back on Monday the 6th.
So I think give people a weekend to watch.
Well, that's it.
Episodes.
I think if the I don't know if they've officially announced it, but I heard that they're doing 4 episode drop that weekend.
Yeah,
and then nothing until like they're doing it half a season. So they're getting 4 episodes and then nothing until next year. We're getting like the second half of the season then.
Right.
I don't know if they talked about it in the panel. I've not read any news about it or anything like that. But
so
if
I think it's fine that we'll take our time to cover these. I don't think we're going to spread them out over the next couple of months. But I mean, at least for the first episode, could be the first weekend to watch it. Exactly. Maybe on Monday, if you're up for it, we could do it then.
I'll find out. I mean, it's only an hour and a half flight, but I'll find out what time we arrive back home. And yeah, if we're back, I think we should be back in time. Yeah, we could do it. I mean, even if it's a little bit later in the day, that's fine with me. It'll give you guys a chance on Monday. Yeah, that'd be great because I am back at work on Tuesday. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to do it weekly. That seems like too far, but we can do.
We could do 2. We could do 2, maybe 2 on the Monday, 2 on the following Monday because I'm off then. That'd be great.
I like doing 1 at a time, but we could do a Monday. We do 1 on Monday, 2 on Friday, and doing our Invincible Friday posts, and then Monday and Friday.
Monday, Friday, Monday, Friday.
Yeah,
I'm at work. I'm at work on the Fridays. Both those Fridays, but I'm off on both those Mondays. So,
best thing to do, subscribe on YouTube, and we will let you know ahead of time what the days are, and you can just set that reminder. And
but it gives you guys a little bit of time. It gives us a little bit of time to watch and sort of digest the episodes. Because I mean, we don't know the runtimes of them either. Like they could be 45 minutes. It wouldn't surprise me if the first one they came back with and was like an hour long. Like it could easily.
What's the Eve was like an hour long? It was like 55 minutes or something.
Eve
right?
was like it was a full like hour. I think it was great.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind 4 seasons, and then a theatrical movie.
That'd be good, or like 4 in a movie, or 5 seasons. I think would be the ideal number to be able to tell the whole story. But as we've said a few times, there are numerous places throughout the length of Invincible where it's like, that's a good, like, it reaches a crescendo. It's like, that would be a good, like, bang. And that's where you can end the story if you want to.
Yeah. That last story arc is so good that I would love to see that in a movie.
That is a movie on its own, yeah.
Where you have those insane double page spreads from Otley. Like
did that as a montage, like
just like up the animation for the theatrical release, and just like let's do it. You've
got a movie studio, like they've got Amazon Movies. Like I don't know if they've released anything animated. I would think they possibly have at this point, but like just do it. Like just release it. Like you could do it direct to streaming because the show is a streaming series. Like it would be kind of weird to drop it in theaters, but like
They would have to do some sort of Fandango.
Do a limited release so that you can get a nomination. Can you imagine an Invincible movie getting an Oscar nomination for Best Animated Feature?
That would be amazing.
It'd be so fun. Yeah. A hyper-violent Invincible competing against that year's Pixar movie, or like
whatever their fucking boring Pixar movies.
The same. Yeah, it'd be incredible.
They have some movie coming out where a kid gets mistaken for the leader of Earth, and I'm just like, this looks like the same as Toy Story. Like it just looks. The character designs are not new, not fresh. That's why I like. I mean, maybe the success of the Spider-Verse movies will help something like this happen.
Hey, let's just say hi to Lucci Johnny when he reaches this point in an hour and 7 minutes.
Hey, Lucha.
I think we've done it. I think we've covered this trailer. We've talked about Invincible a lot. We've gushed about how much we love this show, this series, this universe. I'm excited. I can't wait to come back and be able to talk about this semi-regularly.
Yeah.
So we'll have episodes for each episode of the show. For however many we get this year. We'll probably do one afterwards. If they announce anything, like whatever they announce, whenever it is, if we get a teaser for the back half of the season or whatever it is, if they end up doing a weekly release, or if they end up doing all 8 episodes before the end of the year, like we'll be back. We'll just keep rolling with it. Like we'll work out the schedules when we know what the schedules are going to be. So yeah, subscribe on all the places. Follow us on whatever your preferred social media is. Personal stuff, you can find me and Ralph on Blue Sky mostly.
I'm all in on Blue Sky.
Like that's where,
with the exception of the shows, Invincipod, Live Action Star Wars, my Casino Skunk stuff. Those I still do updates on Twitter, even though the algorithm doesn't want anybody to know about me. Blue Sky, I've been enjoying.
Yeah.
So
it's a nicer place. Find us there.
Yeah, invite codes.
Yep, message us. We will, even if it's like a week or two later, we'll be able to sort you up. So join us there if you want to follow us there. If you don't want to do any social media, good for you. I fully support that. But like, subscribe to the podcasts on YouTube, even if you don't plan to watch it there. That'd be really great. And do all the normal things that people ask you to do for podcasts, because there's not many Invincible podcasts. Like with Star Wars, we're a small fish in a big sea. So we never expect to really get that big. We love the audience that we've got over there. They're great fun. And we do that because we enjoy it. But with Invincible, it's like this is a show that we could grow into something, and
Yeah.
we have potential to do so many fun, cool things. So
Yeah.
if you do enjoy this, please do rate, review, subscribe, wherever you are. It really does help.
Yeah, it's a small pond. The
It's a
Invincible
small
pond.
pond, and like
It's a really good one though.
it's a really good one, and it seems like people are excited and positive, which is
Yeah,
it's what we
refreshing.
love. Yeah, it really is. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
All right.
The world's so fucked. Like, let's just have nice things. Let's just do nice things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think we have a sign off. I think
We
you
don't.
usually say,
Maybe we'll. Nah, I don't like it.
look
Let's
into the
ditch
sky.
that.
It's so bad.
Nah, it's bad.
I have an idea. I have an idea for a sign off. You guys will see that next time on Invincipod. I came up with a new while doing these. I feel like it's an obvious choice. I won't spoil it now.
Okay.
We'll see that when we return with the new season of Invincible, season 2, coming in a couple weeks.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us. And if you want to join the Patreon, I have new names in the Patreon thing. You'll see the list of people. And yeah, stick around and see who's joined us. But yeah, other than that, goodbye. So I don't have
see you in
have
a
a better
couple of
sign
weeks.
off. All right, bye.